morning. It's Thursday. I'm on my prep period. It's 8:24. I am just so you know, I got to work and once again, email wouldn't open. And then I had to restart my computer and try it, but it still wouldn't open. And then I had to shut the computer all the way down, re-log in, and then it worked. And that doesn't sound like a big deal. But when it takes you 10 minutes to go through that whole process, it is a big deal. Like it just is annoying because I have things to do and I need those 10 minutes. And I do need to have my email open like first thing because that's where we get the link to the student newscast that we play for students. And the beginning of the day is really the main opportunity that I have to check my email. So it's kind of important. So right now what I'm doing is I just got an email from the principal saying that I need to log on to the CASP website and sign the testing affidavit. If you're watching and you're not a teacher, the CASP website is the website that is used to administer interim assessments to students and the state testing, and every year we have to sign this affidavit basically saying that, you know, we're going to administer the test with integrity. Who called me? Who had the nerve to call me at this time of day? Someone I don't know. And the only issue is your password for this website changes, like they have it expire all the time. And it's not a website that you use often, so it's not even a password that I remember. So now I have to check to see if I have it hidden somewhere in this phone. And it looks like I do. So, let's see. No. It looks like it's gonna work. But while that's logging in, and then you have to get a code, it just, okay. And I know this is all about my personal security and that's great, but sometimes it's just annoying. Okay. And now I have to change my password. So here we go. It's annoying. And now I have to log in and sign these affidavits. So, what else was I gonna tell you? Today, I think in class, the bulk of the day, if not the entire block of time that I have with both of my core classes, is probably going to be devoted to completing the Constitution presentations. I don't want to print it. I just want to submit this. The Constitution presentations, I want to get those done so that we can move on. And I don't think that we're going to get too much in terms of language arts. I also, please select a role. Yes, that's what I want. I'm sorry. I can't multitask sometimes. I don't think we'll get done in terms of language arts, but I am in the process of revising my narrative slides that I used last year. So last year they did have to write a narrative, but it had nothing to do with the book Look Both Ways because I hadn't read it. I wasn't even aware of it. And so I'm just going to take the slides that I used last year where it was just a general personal narrative that was supposed to be a suspenseful story. And I'm in the process of just adjusting these slides so that it matches the assignment. So I just copied this whole slide presentation from last year, and this version of it, let me take you back to the home so you can see what I'm talking about. This is the original one where they just had to write a personal narrative, and it was based on a suspense story because Unit 1 in Study Sync is suspense. I just copied it on Canva, and that's the one that I'm editing. And so there's a few things that I need to change. I started yesterday, but some of the requirements they will have is they have to have figurative language, there has to be characters and dialogue, and then here I just need to explain how they have to connect the story, their story, to the book Look Both Ways. And then I need to go through the rest of these slides and decide due dates and timelines. Last year I said we were going to share it. I don't even remember if we even got to that. We may have run out of time, but that's what I need to do during my prep period. I also need to cut out those pizzas that I laminated yesterday. I'll probably do that right now. And that's really it. In my UA class, which is the class that is my least favorite, not because of the kids, but because of the structure, we have been slowly trucking along with the SpongeBob SquarePants trial because I only see these kids twice a week, sometimes once a week, so it's not very conducive to getting through that quickly. But as I've gone through it, I've decided to try and really make this a more formalized mock trial experience, so I've slowed down a little bit. And then my thought is next year, because this UA class probably isn't going anywhere, and they don't provide us with any curriculum, and so you're just kind of left to your own devices to figure out what to do in a pass-fail class with kids that you only see twice a week, but also build some language arts skills within them. I was thinking maybe I can just make that class a mock trial class next year. I looked on TPT and there seems to be quite a bit of things or resources there, but that's what my day is looking like. Constitution presentations in my core class, mock trial stuff in my UA class, my leadership class. This is something that I vlogged and I never uploaded. I do believe I shared with you guys in previous vlogs that we were doing friendship gram sales for Valentine's Day. At first I was a little worried because sales were super slow. I didn't buy enough grams for every student to be able to purchase them. I bought about 350 grams, and the grams basically were a little cellophane bag with these rubber ducks in it that were Valentine's Day themed, and a little Valentine's Day tag that goes with it. And we were selling them for $3 and selling them for about 2 weeks. So still, sales started out really slow. And obviously we want to sell enough to at least break even, but really we want to make a profit. And so the last week of sales, or the few days before Valentine's Day, we started selling them 2 for $3. So instead of 1 for $3, we sold them 2 for $3. And that was clutch because we ended up selling out. And in fact, we were going to sell all the way through Valentine's Day. And the morning of Valentine's Day in leadership, which is my second period, we were bagging up the ones that we had already sold and realized we had run out of rubber ducks. We had sold more grams than we had supplies. So that day I actually had to leave campus at some point to go to Party City with my fingers crossed in the hopes that I would find rubber ducks that looked very similar to the ones that we had, because we were about 25 short, and luckily I did, and we sold them, and we made, by my estimation, I think we made about $500 on that little grams sales. So that's one thing that is going well this year is with leadership, is I've really made a conscientious effort to fundraise and start building up our account, because we really have no money in it and we can't really do a whole lot of things because of that. So that's been my focus, and so I'm proud of myself for that. And that's the other reason why we're going to try this color run this year. So that's what's going on at work right now. I have about 30 minutes left of my prep that I need to use, and that's what I'm going to do. So Okay, it's 3:30-ish right now. I have to leave work right at 3 o'clock, which is contractually when I can leave, because I have a therapy appointment today at 4. And I like to try and get home to walk Whoofi first and then go to therapy, because Whoofi needs his walk to feel like he's doing something each day. So we're about halfway done with the walk. As far as work is concerned, the day went exactly as I thought it would. I think I had planned to do some language arts and then realized we're not going to get to any language arts because presentations usually take the entire block of time. So normally when kids have presentations, I'll give them anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes with their group to kind of get their lives together one last time, review their slides, make sure they know what they want to do or say, and then they present. And it takes a while because they're presenting, and then the rest of the class has to take notes on what they're presenting. Come on, Whoofi. And a lot of time I have to provide clarification. So with both classes, by the time we were done, or they were done presenting, there was about 15 minutes left. And then I gave them that 15 minutes to kind of finish up, fill in any gaps in their packet they were taking notes in. And one thing I had each group do, which I've never done before, but was a good idea, is after they presented, they had to post their slides link on Google Classroom. So that if a kid was absent or missed something, they have access to it. So that worked well. And then school ended. I ran some copies, and then I came home to walk Whoofi. So I'm gonna walk him, and then I have to immediately jump in the car to head to my therapy appointment and hope I'm not a few minutes late. What's annoying though is on Monday, I got an email from the therapist's office saying that my payment didn't go through with my insurance. So I call and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. And she's like, oh, you have a $15 copay because you had an in-person visit. And I was like, but I always have an in-person visit and I've never paid a copay before. So she's like, well, let me call Kaiser and I'll call you back. She ended up not calling me back. I had to follow up and leave a message yesterday. And then I got in touch, well, I got a voicemail today saying that as of January 2024, Kaiser is now charging a $15 copay every time I go to see the therapist, which is not abnormal, but just annoying because I pay a lot in insurance, in my health insurance, and I never consume the amount that I pay into it as a single person. Like I never take all the advantage of my health insurance. Like I just don't spend as much money as I have to put out to have insurance. So I have to pay a $15 copay today, I guess. Come on, Wolf. Cut. He's not understanding. I don't have time for a leisurely walk. But yeah, therapy after this, and then I'm coming home. I also meant to mention while I'm on my walk, I'm listening to the audiobook for my book club. And I mentioned it yesterday, but it was typed and you may not have seen it. I'm listening to this book called West with Giraffes. It's a struggle. Like it's literally about giraffes. Like this man, I think, because I'm really having a hard time attending to the story, it's an older man who's like a dust bowler, and it's taking place post Dust Bowl era, and he's trying to move giraffes from the Dust Bowl area to San Diego, and it is just it's not resonating with me right now. So I'm struggling through it, but usually when I'm on my walk, well, not usually, sometimes I'll listen to something. It could be a book. Sometimes I'm on TikTok. Sometimes I just want a quiet walk. But right now I'm at the point where I actually have to listen to this book so that I'm ready for the book club meeting, which I want to say is the first or second weekend in March. But this is going to be a struggle. Giraffes are cute and all. I just don't know that I want a whole book about them moving from one part of the country to the other. So if my book club friends are watching and you picked this book, I'm sorry, but I'm not loving it. Okay, it's just before 6 o'clock. It's 5:50. And I just got home from my therapy appointment. I got Whoofi walked, came home, and literally, like I said, had to get in the car and leave. I almost went to my therapy appointment in my house shoes because that's how fast I was trying to move, and got on the road, and I was a few minutes late. There was traffic on the way there, but it wasn't too bad. The session was good. Again, I'm glad that I started incorporating that into my life this year. And now I'm home. I'm really just here to close the vlog. I'm getting ready to iron this shirt because I have to wear it tomorrow for yearbook pictures, and it's blue and gold day, so we always wear a leadership shirt on blue and gold day per my rule. And then I'm gonna shower, edit this video, and try and do some stuff that I kind of need to get done for tomorrow for Abuela Invents the Zero. But at the same time, if I feel like I just don't have the energy, I'm not going to do it, and we're gonna have to get it done during my prep period tomorrow. So just here to say bye. If you enjoyed this vlog, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you'd like to leave a comment, please feel free to do so. Just try and keep it positive. And as always, I hope that you're well. And if you're not well, please be well. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know why I keep saying that, because my intentions are always there, but we don't know. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.